All right, y'all. Breaking news. Your Seattle Seahawks may have dodged a bullet because offensive coordinator candidate Chip Kelly is a weirdo. And there's only so many weirdos can be in one city. I kid because I care. Chip Kelly is a weirdo. So he is not going to be the Seattle Seahawks offensive coordinator. This man has taken the same exact position, but in college with Ohio State of all teams, right? Come on, man. You going over there? Dang, Chip. So he's instantly on my bad side right there. So that man want to go out to Ohio State. Is that not weird? Now, I understand leaving a head coach post and going to the NFL, maybe you have a different path. Maybe you'd rather be an NFL head coach, or maybe you're done being a head coach period or whatever like that. You don't want the rigors of having to recruit, right? I know plenty of coaches in that business, and some of them say, man, it's a 24/7, 365 job. A lot of people just aren't built for it. I know Chip Kelly isn't built for it, right? You can tell that he doesn't like doing that stuff. He's an X's and O's guy. That's why I'm pretty sure he will be a great offensive coordinator. It's actually kind of scary to think about the Ohio State Buckeyes with Chip Kelly just focusing on offense. However, man, what do you tell your kids and that you recruited to UCLA? You just had a couple of recruiting classes or a couple of signing days and all that, and you go and leave after that to be an offensive coordinator at the same level. Yeah, the Seattle Seahawks probably dodged a bullet with this guy. That's all I have to say about that, right? Need to go ahead and pivot to the Tanner Engstrand cat from Detroit, the passing game coordinator. Now, I'm not going to front and pretend like I know anything about this dude. I'm not one of those guys in the media who will do that. I don't know what a passing game coordinator's duty is. All I know is a lot of these guys will be these passing game and run game coordinators. They'll go somewhere else, and nothing really changes with the places that they leave, right? Did anything ever change with people leaving Kyle Shanahan? I'm pretty sure he coordinates his own run and pass game, right? Sometimes I think these are just titles that you give people, but they get to learn on the job, right? And they get to bring that type of playbook with them wherever they go. So the Detroit Lions do have a very, very, very explosive offense, offense that can get vert in a hurry, but it has at times can be balanced. Now, people talk about the run-to-pass ratio, at least I do, right? And they were talking about Eric Bieniemy, and he passes the ball, all this and that and this. On the road again. Right, back on the road to the run-pass ratio machine right here. So let's see what Detroit is. So they pop up pretty quick here with the 54.8% pass percentage, 45% run. You know what? That doesn't tell me anything because I don't know what his actual style would be. That's Ben Johnson's style. That doesn't mean that would be that guy's style. That's what I'm saying. When you're dealing with somebody who's honing in on just one aspect of an offense or a defense, you don't know how they'll be when they get to do their own thing. You don't necessarily know what they're good at. They're obviously not calling the plays. You don't know if he's going to be a good play caller, a good sequencer, anything like that. I don't know. But eventually you got to get your start somewhere. I always thought that you have a guy like a Mike McDonald who's just starting out. Why not surround him with veteran coaches? He can get younger guys the more he gets his feet wet, right? Maybe those older guys will move on, or maybe those other guys will stick around for a minute, right, if they're doing well. And you don't have to worry about changing schemes. A guy like Engstrand, you would think that if they do well, right, what you would want him to do, he'd probably be going in one season. You got to do this all over again. So you just never know there. So you guys come up with some other names there. I know the Washington OC, the former Washington OC, the current Alabama OC, Grubb. Yeah, I know you guys want him, but I saw where he said he was going to be Alabama's offensive coordinator, so I don't know what to say. I just take the man for his word unless something else changes there. So I don't know, right? It's always the popular people. It's not always what could get it done. You know what I mean? Eric Bieniemy sitting right there. Now, people gonna cry about his run-pass ratio, but a lot of the stuff that people see when you see a 63.9% run-pass ratio, the place that he came from Still throwing the ball 60% of the time. So that's his deal right there. You want to account for something for just the 4%, right? This team is in the Super Bowl with that style. So let's not discount that. This team right here, Cincinnati, probably would be very close, right? A healthy Cincinnati team. You guys know about them. So you can win with any style. Even the Houston Texans, right, with a defensive coach throwing the ball 57% of the time. That's crazy. Wait, hold on. I got to interject this right here. I'm on. This is something different right here. I'm interjecting this because I just thought about this. You people be trying to play me. You can't play me, fam. I'm an ex-con. I might be a future con messing with some of you people because y'all just be saying anything, and I can tell that it's fugazi, right? A lot of this stuff is coming from somewhere else because thinking about this, you guys are talking trash about Eric Bieniemy and talk about his scheme, right? But then on the other hand, a lot of you people want the grub guy from Washington's scheme. Is Washington's scheme some type of physical scheme? You guys watched it all year. Is it some type of physical scheme? You know damn well it's not. What are we doing here? Look at this. Run-pass ratio for college. I'm looking right here. Hawaii at the top. You already know that's going to be. Damn, look at my Temple Owls. What are we doing here? Number 9, Washington. Passing the ball nearly 59% of the time. Eric Bieniemy was 64%. The fuck out of here, man. You can't be serious. That's what I'm talking about. People just want to go by what's popular. It's not about being solid and being thorough and having a backbone. People will just say anything. It's the same shit. What's the difference? One guy did it in college against a weak-ass Pac-12 defense, and then the motherfuckers came to the Big Ten, right? And it didn't look the same in the national championship game at all against a Big Ten defense, an aggressive one, with some dudes on it. Come on, man. If it's good for the goose, it has to be good for the gander, right? Eric Bieniemy, now that I've just seen that right there, they definitely need to talk to Eric Bieniemy because, one, if it's about his personality and all this, why were you looking at Chip Kelly? He does not come with a sterling reputation at all. So a lot of different ways you can look at that, you know what I mean? But, all right, back to your regularly scheduled program. So you can win with a whole bunch of different styles. If there was a team to throw the ball around the yard a lot, you would think it would be Seattle, especially at the very least you could roll with either Geno's or a Drew Lock for a season, draft yourself a young quarterback to bridge there. You could throw the ball around the yard with guys like Jackson Smith and Jigba and Dennis Rodman Jr. himself, all these guys like that. So, but as far as Washington goes, don't believe the hype, man. Remember, poor offensive line. Lane Duck coach and Ron Rivera, who knows what was going on in that building there. And then, of course, you got to factor in the 32nd ranked defense, the dead last defense in the league. You're going to be playing catch-up a lot. All I know is I saw those guys take it to Seattle, and it wasn't because of the defense. It was because of Eric Bieniemy's offense with a young quarterback. They took my Philadelphia Eagles into overtime, almost beat them twice, all having to do with the offense. Keep doubting Eric Bieniemy all you want. The guy can get it done. You give him much better quarterback play. You give him a better offensive line in Seattle when it's at full strength. I think you couldn't do that bad. If you were looking at Chip Kelly and his terrible attitude and all this and that, you should be able to look at Eric Bieniemy, who, if you say that he has that, why is he good for Chip Kelly and not good for Eric Bieniemy? Chip Kelly doesn't come with a sterling reputation, so I don't know. You guys have to let me know some other guys out there. Where's Pep Hamilton? We talked about Pep Hamilton before, I believe, on this channel, dealing with the Seattle Seahawks when they had an opening before. And that's when I suggested Eric Bieniemy back then, too. And people thought it was crazy for him to want to be for him to have to be an OC. I thought it was crazy, too, but obviously that's what he has to do if he wants to be a head coach. So let me know. Pep Hamilton, you can think of some other cats out there? It's crazy. All right. Let me know, man. But they may have dodged the bullet on this one right there, but we shall see how it goes. All right? Salute.